Arise, O Lord, for the ark of that covenant is risen this morning. Beloved, we salute you for making time again this morning, denying your sleep. That is a great sacrifice. One of the most important time to sleep is early morning sleep, this moment. But we have to sacrifice for the sake of standing in the gap. Our Father in heaven has requested long time ago that he sought for people that will stand in the gap. And guess what? He said, and I found none. But there were people living on earth, including Ezekiel, the prophet, who received the message God asked for. God said, I found none. Why didn't God find people when there are people existing in abundance? It is because he did not find people who understand him, who knows his plans, who has his mind, who knows what ought to be done. This is the reason. That is why religion is dangerous. Religion prevents us from making the simplest mark for God to understand us, or for us to understand God. Because religion is practically a repeated belief systems, a repeated belief rituals, a repeated belief rites and customs. That is what religion is all about. Our forefathers did it, so we have to continue. Our ancestors were doing it, so we have to also do it. No, that is not what it must be. God allowed religion because the plan he has to rescue us was not yet ready, was not yet time. That is why scripture says, in the fullness of time, when man messed up in the Garden of Eden, it took God 4,000 years to say, in the fullness of time, he sent forth his son. That was exactly the son he promised in the garden, in the court that judged the first human beings, and the intruder and the snake. He said, the seed of the woman shall crush the head of the serpent. But it never happened until 2025 years ago, which makes the whole world's time lived to be 4,000 years. Before that, and when God sent the son that he promised, which today marks 6,025 years today, what happened? What the son came to do did not perfectly succeed. He succeeded in telling us, succeeded in dying, succeeded in resurrecting. But the main thing that was our part to fulfill, we failed. Why? The disciples who were with him and the crowd who were part of the evidence recorded in John 12:31 messed up. Why? They did not get what he was saying. Upon all the shakings, the voices, that even the people said, we heard voices, we heard some tenderings. He did what? Because of two things. That was, he judged the intruder who took our power and cast him out. For him to cast the intruder out means the intruder will leave a vacancy, which we should understand. The disciples should have understood that this vacancy must be occupied. But these disciples who were present did not even understand. They didn't even know what was going on. And they failed to ask.